One, two, one, two, one, two. Hello, hello, Paul here. Can you see me? Can you hear me? I'm on. I'm late tonight, tell ya. Um, you okay? Can you hear me? Can you see me? That's the thing. That's what I'm asking right now. One, two, three, four. Yeah, I think you can. Um, yes, says Julie. Hello, Julie. Thank you very much. Right, I think that means I'm on. I think my PowerPoint's in the right place. I'm going to press this button and it should just appear. There we go. Lovely. Sorry about the late start. I'm not going to tell you what it's about, but it's all sorted out, right? Thank you for being here. It's quiz time. I'm Dr. Paul. I don't even have a proper jacket on tonight. Look at the state of this, by the way. Right, let's do it. Woo! You know how to do the quiz, don't you? Most of you do. If you're here for the first time, I will quickly tell you a few things. First of all, it's a pub quiz. Please share the quiz. Do me a social media favour and share this quiz. Let's get some people in. The quiz starts soon. The rules, the house rules are no Tories, no racists. None of that sort of thing, all right? How to play, you answer as a team. I'm going to give you rounds of quiz questions. You write them down. You write the answers down, and then after each round, I'll tell you the answers, and you can do the marking, all right? I'll maybe try it. All my smart jackets are just up there. I'll get one on in a minute. Right, we're here. Okay, I'm just about in breath again. So last time we played was Saturday. Here are the scores from Saturday. It's never that busy on a Saturday. I've been doing it for a few weeks. The Feckless Dregs were at the top. No one else in the 70s. Quizzle Me This, Big Mac Von Craps are here tonight. Tom Nook, all in the top tier there. Noodle Doodles in the middle. Gwen stay at the bottom. Oh yeah. That was Saturday. It's literally the past. This is the future. This is now. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday is the quiz. 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Sponsored tonight is Cross Borders Beer. Everybody says their beer is the best, including people who hand out prizes. You reckon the hair's looking good? It's I've been running about like a crazy fly, so it's a bit weird. Right, okay. I should be hitting the first question at 5 minutes past. It's after that time because of the late start. Cross Borders, look at all these previous winners. They are all previous winners of the beer. They've all been sent beer and they're all very, very happy about it. That was Tim from a couple of weeks ago. And this page is to remind you that even if you don't win beer, you can get a 10% discount. You go to Cross Borders website, order beer, and you get 10% off if you use the code DPQuiz. All right, here we go. God, we're just about ready. I had to do some running. It's not really what I normally do, you know. So round one, same letter round. Here we go. You all ready? So all the answers in the first round start with the same letter. That's the big clue. Here we go. Question number one, and I don't think I've said so far, don't shout out answers in the chat. Don't type anything into the chat. Just write answers down on a bit of paper. You'll get the answers after each round. Okay, so number one, what is the largest state in the USA in terms of total area? So just in terms of actual size. There's quite a lot of big states in the USA, but which one is the biggest? That's question number one. Same letter round. Everything starts with the same letter, okay? That's the big clue in the first round. Question number two. Which name was given by the ancient Greeks to the mythical race where all the warriors were women? And I say mythical, but I was listening to a thing on the radio the other week talking about this, and maybe not so mythical. You know, they're in the Greek myths, but they were probably real. But it's a race of people where all the warriors were women. Which race is that? Number three, Fuji is what sort of fruit? You go to a supermarket, you can get a variety called Fuji. That's a variety of which type of fruit? That's, pardon me. Number three. Number four in the same letter round is a football question. In Scottish football, who were the last team other than Celtic or Rangers to actually win the league? Celtic always win the league. Before they always win the league, it was always Rangers. And then before them, it was always Celtic and then so on. Really tedious Scottish football. But outside of those two, who was the last team to win the league in Scotland other than Celtic or Rangers? Top team in the top division, that is. Okay, and we're talking back in the 80s. More than 30 years ago. It's ridiculous. Pardon me. Question number 5. What is the title of the gay magazine which featured Prince William on its cover in 2016? So, Prince William, second in line to the throne, was featured on the cover of a gay lifestyle magazine in 2016. What was the name of that magazine? That's a little bit more difficult. But have a guess anyway. Hopefully you've got a letter by now. Thanks for saying about my hair, Richard, but I totally disagree. I think it's all over the shop tonight. Anyway, you tell me if you're ready. That's how this works. Okay, you tell me when your team is ready, and I will thank you, Keith. And I will quickly recap the questions for anyone who's just come in. So, you remember, first round, same letter round. All these answers start with the same letter. Okay, so here we go. Number 1, largest state in the USA. Number 2, ancient mythical race. Where all the warriors were women. What were they called? Number 3, Fuji is a type of fruit. What fruit are we talking about? Number 4, last team other than Celtic or Rangers to win the Scottish League football. Hasn't happened for a long time. Who was it? And number 5, Prince William was on the cover of a gay magazine 2016. What is the title of the magazine? Oh, you know what? I'm not going to borrow a jacket. T-shirt's alright. You like the colour. It's kind of aqua. Quite summery. Right, lots of you are ready. Let's move straight on to try and catch up with the late start. Right, number 1, here we go. So, you know the scores here. You give yourself 2 points for every correct answer. You ready? Here we go. Boom shakalaka. Did you get a letter? Yes, you did. Of course you did. Surely everybody did. Letter A. Don't tell me you didn't get a letter. Largest state in the USA is Alaska. All right, it's enormous. That's Alaska overlaid on the main part of the USA at the same scale. Crazy big. The other thing I've got going against me tonight is a touch of the hay fever, so watch out. Got my tissue. I've just had some antihistamines, so I should be all right in about 5-10 minutes. Right, number 2, the ancient Greeks knew about this race that were based up in modern-day Ukraine. The warriors were women. They were called the Amazons. Yeah. Nowadays, the Amazons declare war on your purse. Pardon me. Oh, what a night. Right, okay. Question number 3. Fuji's what? It's an apple. It's an apple. Era apples. Fuji. Fuji, by the way. Apples. Had a friend of mine who used to drink Buckfast and cider together. It was called the Apples. That was the name of the cocktail. Anyway, Celtic and Rangers always win the football in Scotland. It's really boring. And the last people other than them to win the league was Aberdeen. That was as long ago as 1985 or 6, round about then. It's completely crazy. Yeah, the hay fever. Well, I think it was you, Becca, was saying the other week, and I was being all smug saying I've not really had it this year, but then the last week's been a nightmare, you know. And the gay magazine that featured Prince William on the cover, June 2016, it's called Attitude. Yeah. Which is the only time the word attitude has been put anywhere near that fella's face. Look at him. What a pie. My Republican thing coming out there. Right, okay, so Alaska, Amazons, Apple, Aberdeen, Attitude. You get 2 points for each of those. So that's possible 10. You also get 2 points if you or anybody in your team has been to Dr. Paul quiz before. I'm talking about online or in real life. So you get 2 points for that. And you also get a point if somebody in the team shared the quiz tonight. So it's 1 point if someone in the team shares. I'm talking about hitting share and spreading it all over the world. All over the world! So you get a point if you do that. So possible 13 points. If you if it's your birthday, you get a point as well, but that's pretty rare. You know, it's only once a year, really, isn't it? More or less. Full points for Julie. Full points for the Covidiots. Dr. Caesar's Palace. Pro Lether's got Amazon wrong. What did you put? If you do get things wrong, ladies and gentlemen, remember to tell us what you put, because it's interesting. It's always interesting for me, and I think it's interesting for you as well to know what people said rather than the right answer. Didn't venture a guess for the magazine. Nah, it's pretty difficult to guess. Xenon, that's a fair point, but attitude. Maybe I should have given a wee clue there. Look at all the guys pretending to know nothing about this magazine. Right. Picture round. Let's go straight on. No mucking about, skis. Here we go. Right, number one in the picture round. 5 picture questions. Are these rays or squid or jellyfish? Have a look at the picture. What do you think they are? Are they rays, are they squid, or are they jellyfish? Amanda D is asking, what are the extra points? Well, like it says, Amanda, if anyone's been here before, if you've been to a Dr. Paul quiz before, your team gets 2 points. That's the loyalty bonus. So if it's your first time here, Amanda, or anybody in your team's never been here before, you don't get that extra point, but this is the only time that will happen. Next time you'll get the points, all right? And the other point is if you share, if you press share, whatever device you're on, and, you know, cause the quiz to go viral, then you get a point for that. So that's what the extra points are. Right, so back to the quiz. Number one, rays, squid, or jellyfish. Okay. Number two is a great big head. Whose head is this, which has just been excavated in Berlin in 2015? So that picture's taken in Berlin 2015, and just before that photograph taken, they've dug up this head. They've excavated it. Whose head is it? Obviously, it's a statue. It's not a real head, but whose head is represented by that statue? Denise was guessing Avenue Q. That must have been for the Gay magazine. Well, that's a good guess. Is that not like something to do with Sesame Street? Which itself is a bit gay, let's face it. Big Bird, gay icon. The Count, gay icon. Cookie Monster, gay icon. Bert and Ernie, strictly hetero. Number 3, which word features in the title of this painting by Salvador Dali? Crucifixion, disintegration, or temptation? 3 nice words, but which one features in the title of this Salvador Dali painting? Crucifixion, disintegration, or temptation? Which word? So the title of the painting is 5 words. One of those words is one of those words. You know what I mean? Which word is in the title? I hope I made that clear. I hope it didn't make it more complicated than it really is. Dogs. What breed of dog is this? It is also known as the chrysanthemum dog. And it's also the punchline to a well-worn joke. John went for apricot for the fruit in the first round. Yeah, I can see that. But probably a little exotic. First round tends to be fairly easy. So, you know, apple's like one of your basic fruits, isn't it? Apple, orange, banana. That's your ABO. It's your basic blood groups. And fruit groups. And actress, number 5. Who is this Hollywood actress who has won the Oscar for Best Actress. All right. Close up of her face. Who is she? She is a previous winner of the Oscar for Best Actress. Who is that? Now, you tell me if you're ready. I will quickly recap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we are. So have a look at lots of creatures on the screen there, but what are they? Are they rays, are they squid, or are they jellyfish? Number 2, whose head has just been dug up, 2015. Number 3, crucifixion, disintegration, or temptation. Which word is in the title of that painting by Salvador Dali? What's the usual name for this breed of dog? Also known as the chrysanthemum dog. Also a punchline to a fairly kind of used up and worn out pub joke. And who's the Hollywood actress who has won the Oscar for Best Actress at some point in her career? Who is she? All right. What we got now? We got Ready, Ready, Ready Bill, Ollie, and Kilted Scott. 264 are all ready. Yeah, I'll relax. Ready, ready, ready. Okay, cool. Tell you what, despite running about around like a blue-arsed fly, I'm actually in a pretty good mood tonight. I feel nice. I don't feel very well, to be honest, but I feel like in a good mood, you know. Hope you're the same. Well, I hope you're in a good mood and feeling well. I don't feel particularly well. Right, here come the answers. 2 points for each of these. You ready? Here we go. Rays, squid, or jellyfish? They're rays, okay? A big flock of rays. I don't know if you call them a flock or not, but I'm calling them a flock. Flock of rays. A gang of rays. A Davis of rays. I don't know. 2 points for rays. Anyway, whose head is that? It's just been dug up. It got toppled after the communism, buried, and then they've dug it up. Try to maybe build some flats or something like that. But it's Lenin. It's your old pal, Vladimir Ilyich Lenin from Soviet days. 2 points for Lenin. Number 3, which word is in the title of the painting? It's temptation. It's called The Temptation of Saint Anthony, I think. Should have my notes open, but I don't. It's part of the chaos leading up to tonight. But I'm pretty sure it's The Temptation of Saint Anthony. The dog, chrysanthemum dog. I mentioned it was the punchline to a terrible joke, you know, which is the old joke where someone says, I went to the zoo the other day and there was hardly any animals there. In fact, there was only one animal. It was a Shih Tzu. Ha 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 ha. And who's the Hollywood actress? Close up on her face and her, you know, predictably perfect teeth and all that. It's Reese Witherspoon. All right. So there you go. Rays, Lenin, temptation. Shih Tzu, Reese Witherspoon, temptation. Rays, Lenin, Shih Tzu. It's the temptation of Saint Anthony, isn't it? I might have just dropped out there for a second. I don't think you missed anything. Unless you missed the bit where I was singing. That was good. Okay. Reese named after a pub chain. I know. What a life, eh? But she fought back and became an Oscar-winning actress from that rough start in life. Good for her. Okay, it's time for an anagram. 60-second anagram, okay? So I'm going to give you 60 seconds to solve this anagram. Haven't done anagrams for a couple of weeks, so don't moan about it being an anagram, all right? Because I've gone pretty easy on you with anagrams the last couple of weeks, but here's an anagram now, so just be cool. Don't complain, all right? Okay. Yeah, it's a TV show. That's it. That's all you need to know. And time starts now. So kneecaps, radar, intro. Unscramble those letters until you've got the name of a TV show. Now I'm just getting my notes out here. And I might be able to give you some more clues, or I might not be. Because I've never seen this show. Very popular. But not with me. 20 seconds left. I'll give you one clue. It's American, all right? And it's comedy. And it's relatively modern. Which, as far as I'm concerned, means the last 20 years. You know what I mean? Dr. Caesar's Palace. Right, well, the buffer's not great tonight, is it? It's been dropping in and out. It's the worst it's been for quite a long time. So thanks for sticking with us. I think I'm back on right now. I click this thing called Stream Health, and it says right now the stream's excellent. So, but over the last few minutes, yeah, it's been dropping in and out a little bit. Right, okay, let's move on. Did you get all that? Did you? I hope that didn't interfere with your anagram. Heather says, got it, first ever one on this. Yes! Anagram-tastic. Right, let's move on. Never heard of it, says Becca. Well, it's a TV show called Parks and Recreation. That's really all you need to know. Fairly modern. Right, sound round. I've put my headphones on because it's time for the sound round. So, oh dear. Here's a list of possible answers. I'm going to play some clips. You pick the answers from the list, okay? So, let me see. Right, yeah, we're in the right place. So the first clip you're going to hear is being played backwards. Yeah, backwards. So who is this? Here comes clip number 1. Hopefully you should be able to hear this. There you go, that sounded proper satanic there. Number 2 is being played too fast, but the question is, it's not about the artist. It's usually about the artist. This one's about the title. So which dead rock star appears in the name of this tune, in the title of this tune? This is number 2. Great stuff. But the question there is who's mentioned in the title of that song, okay? Number 3, bit of classical. Who is the composer? One of my favourites, classical-wise. Number 4 and 5, actually, are both theme tunes for TV shows. So, which programme is this the theme for? Number 4. Quite good. Good bit of music. And the last one, number 5, is also a TV theme tune. Bit more old school. Which show is this? go. All set up for half an hour of relative tedium. Yeah. That is tonight's music round. I will play them again because there's always someone who wants to hear them again. So I'm going to play them again, get through them fairly quickly. If you're ready, then do tell me in the comments. Do mention that you're ready. But here come the answers. So no, not the answers, not yet. I'm going to play them one more time, okay? So number one is being played backwards. Who is the artist? Pretty terrifying, actually, that one. Number two is odd one out because it's the name of the title. It's the title includes the name of a dead musician. Who is the dead musician in the title of this song? Great song, right? Number three, classical. Sensational, you get the idea. Number four is a TV tune. Quite modern. Yeah. Good groove. And the last one is an old TV tune. Which show was heralded by this? Oh no, he's forgot to mow the lawn. Oh no, the vicar's coming. Woo! And other plots. Right, you all ready? I think you're ready. Maybe not. There's a couple of you saying you're ready. Tell me when you're ready, when you're ready, when you're ready. And I'll get on to the answers. Like a hurricane, like a steam train, like a number 8 bus. By the way, I know a lot of you are in Edinburgh. I know a lot of some of you are not in Edinburgh. But see, if you are in Edinburgh, what's your favourite bus? Mine's the 23. It's awesome. Let's have some red hot filthy bus chat. All right. In fact, even if you're outside Edinburgh, tell us your favourite bus number. Your favourite ride. I like the 23. Just go straight uptown. No mucking about. Brilliant. Right, okay. Just filling in some time now. I like the 26. Aye, 26 is pretty funky, actually. I like the way it goes straight out of town. Out of Portobello. I don't know what happens the other direction, the west. I don't know the west. I'm not interested. 44 for the jam tarts. Fair enough. 36, yeah, wacky route, strange, but yeah, it is. Yeah, 36 is a connoisseur's choice, definitely. Fucking weird bus. Okay. That's cheered me up. Janet picking the 36. Thumbs up for that. Right. Aye, 23. I'm down here in Trinity, more or less. Golden Acre sort of thing. 23 just fires me straight uptown. Think about I shouldn't get distracted by this, but I'll tell you the thing about the 23. At one end it's Trinity, right? At the other end it's Morningside. In between is the city centre. There's literally no rough bits on the 23. Nah, I don't mind slumming it. And I can mix with anybody. But the thing about getting on the 23 is you know it's going to be fine. There's never any kind of bother on the 23. If you want a wee sleep, like I do sometimes when I'm sleeping on the bus, 23 is the best bus for it. 48, the X48, the Go-Gurr burn. Oh, God. We're talking nightmares. Let's get these answers on. Right, first one was the Black Horse and Cherry Tree. That was the name of the song. It was Katie Tunstall, Fife. I think she's from Fife. She was on Fence Records for a while, I know that, which is up in Fife. But Katie Tunstall, that's all you need. You don't need the name of the song. 2 points for Katie Tunstall. The 14 is good. I like the 14. Number 2, it was the title of the song includes the name Buddy Holly. Song by Weezer. Yeah. Ooh, wee, ooh, I look just like Buddy Holly. Great song. Number 3, Tchaikovsky. That was from Swan Lake. 2 points for Tchaikovsky. Number 4, a modern theme tune. It was BoJack Horseman. It's on Netflix. It's animated. It's a horse. It's literally a man horse. Horseman. Former soap opera star. I've see the 14. I've heard a bus driver that I know refer to it as the Methadone Express. And number 5, Terry and June. The absolute resignation of the spirit and the soul. Late 1970s, early 1980s. Thatcherism. Bleak. Unemployment. Pit closures. Stock in the north of Britain. Whilst in the south of Britain they had Terry and June. They resigned, they abdicated all thinking and just sat in the garden waiting for the lawnmower. And that was Terry and June. Full House for the House of Weirdos, nice one. 10 points for Noodle Doodles. Ah, you put Man About the House. See, the reason I put that is because whenever I play it in the pub, someone always comes up to me and goes, "What is that? Is that Man About the House?" And I go, "No, it's Terry and June." And they go, "Oh yeah, Terry and June, of course." Da 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 da. Terry and June, man. Jesus. Right. Yeah, will do, Becca. I'll write that down. Is that a good theme tune? I mean, I know it's a good show, but is it a good theme tune? I can't really remember how it goes. It's got to be a good theme, you know. See, all the modern ones tend to be rubbish. I mean, I know that's a real old man's thing to say, but anyway, that's for discussion on the group. I better get on with it. I'm going really slow tonight, right? And I started late. Round 4 is pick 5. I'll show you 9 things. You pick 5 right answers, okay? So pick 5 things. Which of these are real species of monkey? That's it. You just got to pick the 5 on there that are actual monkeys. 4 of them are not monkeys. 5 of them are monkeys. Pick the 5 that are. Now be careful, because there's at least one ape on that board. And there's some other things that are just not even primates. You know what I mean? That BoJack Horseman, it's a really good bit of music. Thank you. I'm just looking back over your bus chat. Sarah's agreeing when we were there on the 23. Joe's saying it's the poshest route in town. That's why I like it. You know, it's just like, it's like you've ascended to another class, but you're still on the bus. The 11. I used to like the 11 when I was a kid, because it was like the 7, but without having to go all the way down Leith. Cuts through Pilrig like a knife through butter. The X48, anything with an X in it's going to be horrible, isn't it? No point to the 13. My mum got the 13 the other week. I was amazed. I think she's the first human being that I've met that's actually been on a 13. Yeah, Bill. 37, Granton to Pennycook. Mega sleep, best sleep. Granton to Pennycook is a hell of a trip. On a stopping bus. Best sleep I had on a bus. It was a couple of summers ago, right? And I used to stay at a pub after the quiz was finished and have a few things to drink. And, you know, one night it was quite a lot. And my wife was away. So I didn't have to be home. And so I stayed there all night long. And it was so late that the buses had started again by the time I came out. I thought I was going to have to get a taxi, but it was like the buses were on by the time I came out of the pub. Got on the bus at the Bridges, 14. And it was just coming. It's like, all right, brilliant. There's a 14. Let's get out home. It's cool. Of course, I fell asleep. Woke up. I had no idea where I was. I was in Muirhouse. And I got off the bus just as a gut reaction. Realised I was at the end of the route and I was in Muirhouse. I was like, oh no, I don't even know the way home. So, but I realised it was the end of the route because the bus was coming around. So I crossed the road, got back on the bus, and the guy said, didn't I just let you off? I said, I fell asleep, missed my thing. So I fell asleep again. Missed my bit. Went all the way back uptown. I got off exactly where I got on about an hour and a half later. Stupid. I was pretty much sober by the time I got home. Right, all ready. Let's do it. Monkey, 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 monkey! Right, you ready for these monkeys? Here we come. Right, 2 points for each of these you get right. Here we go. 5 monkeys. There's a budget of the Brad Pitt film. Right, Grivet. Grivet is a monkey. Did you know that? Grivet. It's a type of monkey. Lives in Ethiopia. Number 2 is a mandrill. Mandrill looks a bit like a baboon, but it's a monkey. The blue face and all that. Number 3 is the howler monkey. It really howls. Number 4, the common marmoset. A marmoset is a type of monkey. And the golden lion tamarin. A tamarin is a type of monkey. So the others are not. A gibbon is actually an ape. A golden snapper is a fish. The screamer monkey was completely made up. And muntjac is a type of deer. So that's your answers. What did you get? 10 points for Caesar's Palace. That's good. Good monkey stuff. Eight for Lumpy Gravy. Said Gibbon. 6 points for the Chameleons. All right. So there you go. Common Marmoset, Golden Lion Tamarin, Howler Monkey, Mandrill, and Screamer Monkey. All right. Oh, yeah. Tonight's sponsor, Cross Borders Brewery. Happy winners. Beer. You could be next. Oh, no, I've messed this up. I've got this in the wrong place. Team of the day are the Chameleons. That's because I didn't have time to look through it. I would have put things in the right order. Anyway, the Chameleons are team of the day. Yeah! There's Michael and Lorna. You get 1 point, Chameleons, for being team of the day. If you want to be team of the day, send me a picture and some details. I'll make you team of the day. So Chameleons get to add a point. Now, all right, so you'll have to forget about the sponsor. We'll do this first, then we'll do the sponsor, then we'll do double or bust, right? 50-50. These are simple, so I'll get through them nice and quickly. Number 1. Which city was the host for the first ever China Grand Prix in Formula 1? 2004. So 2004 was the first time they took Formula 1 to China. Which city was the host? Was it Beijing or Shanghai? That's question number 1. In Greek mythology, Thanatos, son of Nyx, was the personification of what? Life or death? Who was Thanatos? Was he the personification of life or death? Thanatos. Number 3, the war. You know you mean the Second World War when you say the war. There's only one war. But in the Second World War, what was the status of Brazil? Was Brazil a British ally or a British enemy? All right, were we with them or against them? Brazil. What was the what side were they on? Were they on the side of righteousness, or were they in league with the Nazis? So was Brazil a British ally or a British enemy? That's the Second World War. Number 4. Which of these was invented first, 20 years before the other one? Was it Marmite or Vegemite? So rival yeasty spreads. Marmite's obviously better. But which one was invented first? Was it Marmite or was it Vegemite? I'm grooving. I've got a BoJack Horseman theme in my head now. I think it's a big bass saxophone. That's what it sounds like. Number 5, true or false? In Spain, they have a studio game show where contestants dress up as a chicken and then are attacked by a real bull. True or false? Is that true? Is it a real true bull or is it false? Is it just a load of real bull? So, true or false? España. Quick recap of the 50-50 questions for your pleasure. Chinese Grand Prix. Where was the first one? Beijing or Shanghai? That was in 2004. Number 2, Thanatos, son of Nyx, was the personification of life or the personification of death. Number 3, Brazil, during the war, British ally or British enemy? Friend or foe? Which one was invented first out of the two main yeasty spreads that you can get in the supermarket? Marmite or Vegemite? Which one was created first? 20 years ahead of the other one. And number 5, down in Spain, they got a studio game show where people dress up as a chicken, then they get attacked by a bull. True or false? House of Weirdos saying, I named my dog after BoJack Horseman. Is that the name of the dog then? Is the dog just called BoJack Horseman, or is it just called BoJack? Or is it called Horseman? Or is it a different character from the show? And to complete the picture, you have to tell us what type of dog it is. Obviously, it's a good dog. But, you know, what type of dog? Quiz ballers are ready. Kelly Scott is ready. Noodle Doodles are ready. Bill is ready. Yes. Let's do this, because we're running out of time. Because I've been blah, blah, blah tonight, and I started late. Desperate combination. Okay. BoJack Dogman Davis. Nice. Right, okay, motorsport. First Chinese Grand Prix, 2004. Beijing or Shanghai. It was in Shanghai. All right. I don't know why you would know that. I think I wouldn't know it. I'd have to guess it. Not a Formula 1 person. Let's see. Number 2 is God's Life or Death. It's Death. That's Thanatos there. Here he comes. He's portrayed as a young man with wings. And bit deadly. Thanatos. The Second World War, what was up with Brazil? We were fighting alongside Brazil. They were with us, not against us. British ally. Somebody probably got a working holiday out of it. Which was invented first? Marmite, Vegemite? It was Marmite. Yay. Britain. Vegemite is Australian and therefore not as good. And behind the curve. And Chicken Run. TV game show. Where you dress up as a chicken, get huckled by a bull. It's true. I don't know if they still have it. But I saw it back in the 90s. It was great. Big bales of straw on the floor. It's quite a small bull, to be fair. I'm not really sure. I think it was Dr. Caesar's Palace. I think the thing was more that Brazil was allied to the USA. I think that was the thing. Because they didn't join the war till 1942, along with a bunch of other countries. And I think that was more because there was like a Pan-American kind of, what do you call it, alliance. I think it was a bit of action down in Brazil. Yeah, Nazis ran away thereafter. And Argentina as well. Can't believe the game show. This is Spanish. It's foreign's in it. Always up to always up to tricks, aren't they? That's why we left the EU, so we don't have to face any dangers like that. Yeah, it was in a studio. Yeah. It was like quite a small bull. You know, the people would get caught by it and they'd get knocked over and tossed and stuff like that, but they wouldn't get gored. Pretty nasty. See, you guys, you always go for the really, really, really crazy stuff that cannot be true because you want it to be true. And then there's this kind of 50-50 one and you're all going, nah, can't he be? Right, let's move on. It's time for Mystery Bag. So Shanghai Death, British Alley Marmite, true. Right, Mystery Bag, what's inside? I got this all the wrong way around. Tonight's sponsors Cross Borders. Okay. And Cross Borders are based down near Dalkeith S Bank. And they make lovely beer, as some of the people here will testify. Simon's here. He's a previous winner. I don't know if Alan's here. Is Tim here? If you've won beer before, tell people in the comments just how delicious this beer is, yeah? Give them a taste of what's to come. And just while I sort out Mystery Bag. Okay. Right, mystery bag. Here we go. So you ask me questions that I can answer yes, no. And then you guess what's in the mystery bag. Mystery bag's here. First person that I can see with the correct answer for what's in the mystery bag will win the beer. And you will get sent the beer. There's Simon saying the beer is excellent. Yes, Joe was a previous winner as well. The beer is brilliant. Chris Rose just catching up with stuff saying a grivet. Yeah, it's a kind of monkey. It lives up in the mountains in Ethiopia. Potato peeler, no jam tarts. No, it's good to get a... Oh, you're saying there's a grivet in the bag? Nah, there's no grivet in the bag. Is it edible? No. Is it beer? No. Nuts? No. Soft? No, it's not soft. Can it be eaten? No, it's not consumable. It's not food or drink of any type. It's not wool. There's Alan as well. Cross Borders beer is a fine pint. That's excellent. Edible grivet? No. Chocolate? No. Toy? No. Although it's shit enough that it could actually be a toy. Biscuits, apple, soft or hard. It's kind of hard. Yeah, 50-50 questions are alright. It doesn't have to be yes, no, but... Is it part of a game? Nah. Nah, I've been doing that recently, but not tonight. It's not Lego. Is it metal, says Prolethus. It's kind of got a metal effect. I suspect there's not much actual metal in it. I think it's mainly plastic. Stapler? No. Dice? No. Is it decorative? No. It's supposed to be useful. Is it a tool? Yeah, kinda. Not like in a toolbox sense, but something you can use for work, certainly, or I could use for work. Where in the house would you keep it? That's not a yes no thing. Ollie. Parasol, but I kept it was on my desk. I just picked it up right now. Mobile phone, no. Bottle opener, no. Card, dice, bike pump, plastic fork, candle, puzzle, biro, plastic knife, trophy, CD, harmonica, no. Garden tool, nah, it's not for the garden. I don't do gardening. Is it a staple? Is it a button? Is it an Allen key, lighter, corkscrew, Allen ruler, ladle? Nah, it's not like a toolbox tool, you know. Something I might use. I'm a quizmaster, yeah. Mouse mat, that's closer. Well, not really. Microphone, Richard Campbell has won it. There we are. Richard Campbell! It said microphone. And he said it just 3 comments before Becca Nixon. And another 2 comments before Simon Hatliff, who also got microphone. But it's... Oh, he's got off the screen, so I've lost it again. Was it Richard? Yeah, Richard Johnston. Yay! Richard Johnston is the winner. See? There we go. Pro Sound. It says it's a USB microphone. I don't know why I bought it. I don't even know if I bought this. I don't know why I've got it, but it looks like shit. Not that I've tried it. But you know what I mean? It just doesn't feel very good. Just some of my lying about tech. Because I didn't have time to set things up, so it's just something that was lying about. So it's a USB microphone that I've got lying about. So Richard Johnston is the beer winner. I'm just writing your name down, Richard. Did you win the bread before? Is that Richard Johnston? Is that the same person? Am I getting mixed up? But Richard, what to do is send me a message with your address. And you need to put a phone number on it as well for the courier for some reason. And they'll get the beer to you. All right? Wonderful. Nice one, Richard. Richard Campbell or Johnston? Oh, no. Have I made a mistake? I'm just looking back up the thing here. No, sorry. Sorry. Sorry, it's Richard Campbell. Richard Campbell is the winner. See with your ultra-ordinary surnames. I'm getting them all mixed up. All you Campbells and Johnstons and people like that, you know. Sorry. It's Richard Campbell. It's not Richard Johnston at all. Richard Johnston, you're nobody. Tonight you're homeless. Do not follow me home. Chicken, rice and chips. It's Richard Campbell is the winner. Yes, 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 yes. Aye, Richard Johnston. I don't think it was me. Right, aye, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I got the wrong dick. Story of my life. Right, let's move on. It's 1 minute to 8. You never know. I might get finished on time. Actually, I can't. It's not possible to do the rest of this in 1 minute. But let's... Right, Richard Campbell. Right, I've got it written down properly now. We're going to be okay. Right, Richard, you know what to do. Send me a message. Right, sponsor. Oh, God. Look, it's all over the place. That should have been before. Right. I didn't have time to check. I was running about doing stuff, but just shut up about that. Keep going. Yeah, it is Richard getting it. Right, double or bust. You know how this goes. You get 4 points for a right answer. That's double. So you can get 20 points here. Wow. But if you put one wrong answer in this round, then you get bust. Equals 0 points for the round. All right. You don't lose points from before, but you don't get any points. 0 points if you get bust. So to avoid getting bust, you can leave blanks. You don't have to answer every question. That's it. After this round, this is the end of the quiz. I'm going to ask you to upload your scores, all right? So, oh, you were involved in Salami Gate as well, Richard. You're just trouble. Okay, let's do the questions. Question number 1. In 1981, which US president survived being shot in a failed assassination attempt? So 1981, the US president was shot, actually took a bullet, but did not die. Which US president was that? 4 points if you get the right answer. Number 2, fiction. E.L. James developed 50 Shades of Grey, bestseller, from stories she originally wrote as fan fiction, inspired by which series of books written by Stephanie Meyer? So it's a bit round the houses, that question, but I think you know what I mean. So E.L. James wrote 50 Shades of Grey, and that was developed from stories that she had originally written as fan fiction for which series of books? By Stephanie Meyer. Okay? So name the series by Stephanie Meyer. Number 3 is about planets. Which planet in the solar system has moons named Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto? Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto are moons of which planet in the solar system? Number 4, sport. When the Glasgow Warriors play against the Ospreys, which sport is taking place? All right. So what sport is that? The Warriors against the Ospreys. Warriors being from Glasgow. Ospreys from elsewhere. I'm not being coy, I just can't remember exactly where they're from. So Glasgow Warriors versus the Ospreys. What sport is that? Number 5. Right, this is classic double or bust final question. How fast is the world downhill speed skiing record as set by Ivan Origone in 2016? So he's an Italian guy, and he set the world record for skiing down a hill as fast as possible. I want the answer in miles per hour, and if you get within 20 miles an hour either way, so plus or minus 20 miles an hour, you get the points. If you're outside of that, then you get bust. Okay, so what's the fastest anybody has ever skied down a mountain? Well, as of 2016, I mean, who knows? It might have been beaten recently, but that's why I put that detail in, just in case it's been beaten. But this guy did this in this year. And a recent check that I did seemed to suggest it was still the case, still the record. So get something down, or you can avoid it if you're worried about going bust. Bill's going balls out by the looks of it. He's saying balls out. You can only declare balls out if you go for all 5, remember? I'm going to quickly recap. Okay, number 1. Which US president got shot and survived? 1981. Which series of books by Stephanie Meyer originally inspired the stories that ended up becoming 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James? Io, Europa, Ganymede, Callisto are the moons of which planet, or some of the moons of which planet in the solar system? Glasgow Warriors versus the Ospreys, named the sport. And fastest ever person skiing downhill. How fast in miles per hour? Right, lots of you tell me you're ready. That's good. Keep them coming so I can get a sense of how many people are ready. And just in the meantime, I'm going to quickly advise you that I do this for tips, right? This quiz is free to take part in. You just turn the computer on, turn your phone on, turn your tablet on, whatever you're doing. Take part in the quiz, upload your score, hunky-dory, no charge. But if you do fancy donating something to your old pal Dr. Paul, the Quizmaster, me, then I'd be delighted to get your donation. Thank you to those who have donated. Thank you for some really quite good donations from some of you in particular. Most of you don't donate. That's absolutely fine. If everyone did donate, I could start doing big prizes. I know that not everyone's got money, so that's fine. But at least tell people about the quiz, you know what I mean? That would be fair, wouldn't it? If you just told people, I'd do a share or something like that. But for those of you who do donate, I really appreciate every single little or large donation. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay. And I'm just putting my donation link in there. You don't need PayPal. You can use a card. Okay, so the balls are out for quite a lot of you. Lots of you are ready. I'll tell you the answers, all right? After this, I'm going to get you to upload your scores. So, number 1 for double or bust. Here we go. 4 points if you get this first one right. US president survives getting shot. That's Ronald Reagan. That's just after it happened. The guy got taken down. Hinckley, the guy was the guy's name. I got a funny feeling he's out now. I'm not sure. He was put away in jail, you know, or like mental hospital. He was trying to impress, what's her name? The actress. Somebody will know this. Jodie thingy. What's her name? Jodie Foster. He was trying to impress Jodie Foster. That's why he shot Ronald Reagan. Lunatic, like. Thanks, Janet. Yeah, there it is, Jodie Foster. So 4 points for that. So E.L. James wrote 50 Shades of Grey. These were little stories she made inspired as fan fiction of Twilight. Twilight was the correct answer there. 4 points for Twilight. Which planet has got the moons? Io, Europa, Ganymede and Callisto, none of which I will ever visit, is Jupiter. There they are. They're known as the Galilean moons because Galileo found them through his telescope. He was the first guy to get a telescope. When he got his new telescope, he unwrapped it, pointed it at Jupiter and said, bloody hell, it's moons. Are you saying it's got actual moons? Prolether says he's out. If you do get bust, tell us what you get bust on, everybody. Right, Warriors against the Ospreys. That's rugby. Technically rugby union. And you know, I've kind of changed my stance on this. I used to demand rugby league or rugby union, but I've realised that most people don't care because rugby's just rugby. You know what I mean? So if you said rugby, that's good enough for me. 4 points for rugby. It's rugby. It happens to be rugby union. Ospreys are Welsh. I just can't remember exactly where they're from, but rugby will do for 4 points. And then number 5, right? This is your killer here. Ivan Origone, a young man from Italy with a crazy death wish, downhill speed skiing. Basically, there's a place called Var in France, and they do speed skiing there. It's really steep, and he's got a special outfit. He goes as fast as he possibly can down a hill in a straight line, and you have to get within 20 miles an hour. Young Ivan reached a speed of 158 miles per hour. I think I've only been that fast if I've been on an actual aeroplane. But he has skied at that speed. So 20 miles an hour each way. If you said anything between 138 and 178, then you get the points. Outside of that, you get bust. So what happened? Did you get bust? Did you survive? What did you score? Whoa, there he goes. You see? Blinking, you miss him. There's all the answers. Ronald Reagan, Twilight, Jupiter, Rugby, 158. So 138 to 178 for the points. Bloody hell. Bust, said Kilty Scott. Tell us what you got bust on. Lumpy Gravy got bust on Saturn. Yeah, easy mistake to make. Getting Saturn and Jupiter mixed up. Kind of similar. Dr. Caesar's Palace, the covariates. 20 out of 20. Boom shakalaka. Caramel Brownie's got 64 in total. Lumpy Gravy, 47 went bust. Oh! Pajero got 12. Glad didn't gamble, yeah. I'm gonna give you the link for uploading scores, okay? I'm gonna do that right now. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate the tip. Didn't go for the ski speed, would have been way out. What would you have been way too low? I would imagine so. I think a lot of people would have guessed around about 80 miles per hour, something like that. Busted on the skiing, Julie McDonald. I mean, skiing is nuts anyway, right? Totally ludicrous way to spend your time. Ask Michael Schumacher. But to deliberately go that fast, you have to be mental, don't you? It's on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube if you can stand to see a man go that fast on skis. Didn't go for the last one, says the Quiz Ballers. 68 in total. Busted to Peter. Lots of people getting busted tonight. You went 140 and you thought I'd be okay. God. Well, no. No. 140 is okay. It's between 138 and 178. You went too high. Slash Tear went too high. Went 2 miles per hour too fast. You went for 180. God almighty. I was thinking 80 to 120 for Veronica. No ski guess. It might have been this. Sometimes there's a question in Double or Bust where the smarter thing is just to leave it, yeah. And that could have been. That looks like it was one of those times tonight. 69 for the Weirdos. That's a very good score. I don't think I saw anybody in the 70s. Oh no, Dr. Caesar's Palace MD. Covariates. 72. In fact, they're saying best score ever. Yeah! Nice one. Pro Lether's got their breed. Yeah, James sent me a photograph of you receiving the bread. I took a wee while. He said he was busy at the weekend and he had lots of stuff on, but I'm glad that's come through. What's the world record for a grivet going down a ski slope? I reckon it'll be pretty much the same as that. Grivets are a little bit lighter than a human. Smaller, yeah. And I don't know physics, but I would imagine that means that they would go a bit slower. I think a grivet would maybe get up to about 110. It's only one way to do it, isn't it? One way to try it. We've got to buy ourselves a grivet. We've got to crowdfund buying a grivet and some skis and a flight to France or wherever you can do this stuff. But yeah, skiing animals? Why isn't that a thing? Why isn't that on television? Animals that ski. Come on. I'm away to pitch that to the BBC. I'm away to write up a wee document, a wee pitch. I know one or two people at the BBC, pretty low down, but I'll send it off to them. So I'm going to put the link in one more time in case you missed it. That's the link for uploading your scores. All right. See if you got a bus tonight and you think, oh, my score's so low, it's so embarrassing. Don't think that. Get your score uploaded anyway, because it's good for the teams who are in the middle or higher up, Because if the lower scores don't upload, then people who actually did okay think they've got a low score, and then they're upset. So let's be communitarian. Let's help each other out. Let's make the people with middle scores feel quite good. People for the ethical treatment of animals. Xenon. Tell you what, we could do it anyway and not tell them. Just everyone agree not to tell PETA. Grivet on skis. Come on, everybody wants to see that, don't they? A monkey. Skiing as fast as it possibly can. The thing is, monkeys enjoy that sort of thing. You can see it in their wee eyes. You put any other animal on skis. Yeah, okay, fair enough, they're scared. Terrified. Pig on skis. Terror. A duck on skis. Clueless and terror. But a monkey be like this. They know. Monkeys know about this stuff. Denise saying thank you for another great quiz. Yeah, thank you. You learned a lot about grivets. Well, I don't think you learned that much. I mean, unless you went and did your own research. In the meantime, Veronica, all I really said is that they're monkeys and they live in Ethiopia. And I know they're monkeys. The Ethiopia thing was purely from memory. So let's just... I'm going to nip over to Wikipedia here and see if I can actually find out something slightly deeper about grivets. Because this is entirely my problem in life, which is that I know a little tiny bit about millions of things. I know thousands of things, right? Being a quizmaster, but not in any detail whatsoever. I go to 1 level, 1.5 levels of knowledge about everything, and then that's it. I don't know anything else. I have a huge and infinitely wide but incredibly shallow pool of knowledge. So occasionally it's nice to get into something. Grivets. Grivets. Let's have a look. Grivet. Right, I've got it here. So it's also known as the African green monkey. Green. It's also known as the savannah monkey. So it's got different names. So that's interesting to start off with. Marion, how the hell have you Googled screaming monkey? Give me the link. Give me the link to screaming monkey. There's no screaming monkey. I looked it up myself today. There's no screaming monkey. I learned it existed, which I didn't before. Yeah. Well, let's check it. Aye, so African green monkey and savannah monkey. Let's see. I was right about Ethiopia. It's restricted to Ethiopia, Sudan, Djibouti, and Eritrea. So it's like northeast Africa. It's related to the vervet monkey. Comes into contact with that. But the grivet is common and rated as least concern by the United Nations. Or the IUCN. What's that? The International Union for Conservation of Nature. So least concern. So there's millions of grivets. You don't have to worry about the grivets. Hunters of them. The Grivet is most active in the morning and early evening. It's a little bit like myself. I get up early and I do the quiz round about now. In between those other times, pretty useless. It stays on the ground most of the day, yeah. And at night it sleeps in trees. Well, yeah, I don't sleep in a tree, but I sleep at night time. The Grivet spends a lot of time grooming. Yeah, alright. Playing, climbing, and play fighting. Whoa. It eats fruits and vegetables and sometimes small mammals. Wow. So it's an omnivore. It can walk and run quite comfortably on 2 legs. Blimey. And they get hunted as bushmeat. And in Egyptian tombs, they depict grivets as being house pets. So ancient Egyptians kept grivets as pets. A grivet shooting a bow was an aspect of the invisible god Atum. Great. And that's about it. That's pretty much the whole Wikipedia page there. So there's not an awful lot about him. Back to your comments. Bojack Dogman is a Podenso Canario. I saw you saying that earlier, but I didn't know. I thought you would start talking Spanish. That's a type of dog, is it? Podenso Canario. Podenso Canario. Never mind later on. Never mind at my leisure. I'm going to do it right now. Podenso Canario. Right. Quite a pointy dog. Used for hunting rabbits. Podenso Canario. Slender, built but sturdy dog. That's pretty cool. I don't believe you, Marion. It's somebody, you know what it'll be? It'll be somebody calling a howler monkey a screaming monkey. That's what it'll be. Screaming monkey. Let's try this. Because Marion's aggrieved. So we better sort this out. Right, screaming monkey. This is what exactly what I did earlier. Yeah. It's not actually, it's somebody calling a howler monkey a screaming monkey, right? You can tell because if you did that in Google and there was anything called an actual screaming monkey, the first thing that would come up would be a Wikipedia page with that name. I see YouTube videos here. The Screaming Monkey, 4 seconds. Screaming Monkey Slingshot. Best video ever of screaming monkeys. Alright, that's a monkey that screams, but it's not called a screaming monkey. And then there's a toy that you can get on Amazon called the Screaming Monkey. The Slingshot, Flying Screaming Monkey. Which looks amazing. Like a toy. It's a screaming monkey, but it's a toy. So it's not a real thing. Yeah. Here's a hangover story from Denise. I was once so hungover with parrot on my arm in Spain, was telling it over and over and over not to fall to hungover, to realise he could fly. Photographer was in convulsions of laughter. What? The parrots were cycling bikes and using skateboards, so I'm pretty sure they can ski too. Yeah. Parrots can do anything, yeah. Thanks, Margaret Ann. Thanks for giving me a like. Yeah, give me some likes. I've only got 15 likes tonight. I had loads more people than that. If you're still here, give us a like before you go away. Thanks. Cheers. That'd be great. Yeah, I'm pretty sure parrots can do anything and wouldn't mind. I think parrots would always have the upper hand. After all, Thinking about parrots with Long John Silver, you know. Ah! We've got a really good parrot here, stuffed with a cuddly toy, you know. But do you have a link for the Spanish TV prog? As we'd like to look at it, but can't find anything. I couldn't find it either, Susan. But the reason I kept it in, I did actually look today, because the thing is, I've got loads of old true or false questions. I used to use true or false a lot at the quiz. Like, I'm talking 20 years ago when I was first doing this. And back then, because nobody had the internet, you could get away with pretty much anything. I used to get a load of stuff out of the newspaper and didn't really have to fact check it. You know, if it was in the paper, it was good enough for me. So I used it. So I've got all these stuff in my database from the old days. But I can't necessarily use, I can't use it just like that anyway. Not now. Like, because I do try and check things before I put them up. You know, like Screaming Monkey. I checked Screaming Monkey today, you know. I don't just make this stuff up, you know. So the Spanish one, with the thing, I tried to check it today. Like you, I couldn't find anything. I took about 5 or 10 minutes searching, couldn't find anything. But the reason I kept it in is because I've seen it with my own eyes. I've been in Spain and I've seen it with my own eyes on the television. That's the only reason I kept it in. So, but then there's certain TV shows I was in that you can't find on the internet, if you know what I mean. Thankfully. House of Weirdo says, I have a pal that has a non-profit rescuing these pointy dogs. That's good. You know, there's no such thing as a non-profit. Someone's always making a buck somewhere. Yeah. And I'm a really cynical person. I mean, it's no bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, if you're running a thing, you've got to get paid. Yeah. You can call that profit, or you could call it a wage. You know. It's like all this arts stuff, like the government saying there's £1.5 billion for the arts. And this is going to get me into trouble. Some people just don't like my views on this, but you know, you got people like there was some woman from the Lead Hall in Sheffield on the radio today going, yeah, thank God we're going to get some money. It's really, really, really important that these places stay open. And it's like, yeah, well, it is. But the thing is, even if they went bust, it would just be that business going bust, and they would start up again once people were out and about again. It would look after itself. You know what I mean? The really important thing from her point of view was her actual personal job. And it's like airline, you know, say an airline's going to go bust because no one's flying. And I'm still waiting for my refund from EasyJet. The thing is, the airports will still be there. The actual aeroplanes will still be there. It'll just be a different business. You know, people will get sacked. I realise that. And certain businesses will go out of business. I get that. But the ones who will really cry about it is the ones, you know, who were in charge, the big fish. Everybody else will get picked up again. All your performers will get picked up again. All your cabin crew and airline pilots, they'll get picked up again. Even quizmasters, you know, we'll get picked up again once things go back. But the arts, they always put the arts in quotes like it's this thing. You know, it's not a thing. It's made out of millions of people. I'm not going to get any money off because I'm the arts, but I'm kind of entertainment in the pub. But actors, they always think they're better. You know what I mean? Drives me bananas. Well, it doesn't, actually. Don't let it bother me. I try to run my own thing, but I do. I hope you know what I mean. It's not like I hate anybody or think that anyone's job is wrong or anything like that. It's just sometimes you get the idea that certain people think that their job is far more important than everybody else, you know? How would we live without actors, you know? What would we do if there was no actors? If there was no musicians? And they are great. But it's not exactly like the fire service, you know what I mean? And then they go, well, we do a mental health outreach program because we go into the poor places in town. It's like, yeah. I'm sure you do. So you can tick all the boxes on the social enterprise renewal form that you got to fill in every year. If you're in the arts, don't get upset. I'm not going to do anything about it, and I obviously only partially know what I'm talking about, so don't be upset. But you know, speaking as a self-employed pub entertainer, I'm right at the back of the queue. You think you're artists and actors and all that. You think you're at the back of the queue. You look over your shoulder. You see the quiz masters. All right. Anyway, I'm sure you don't want to hear about this. It was more fun when we were talking about buses, wasn't it? Anyway, the comments have stopped. I think it might be buffering again. Right, I better go and sort myself out. I've got to go and get this ready for 9 o'clock. I'm doing this again at 9 o'clock on Facebooks. So if you know somebody who would benefit from this quiz on Facebook, be sure and tell them. I'm going to get your scores uploaded pretty soon. What? Thanks, Noodle Doodles. Dr. Phil says, can you put poop back in? And how is that helpful? No idea what you're talking about, Dr. Phil. Can you put poop back in? What? In what? In a dog? In a person? By the way, just looking at your scores, just gone over to the place where your scores upload here. 74 for the Social Outcast. That's the biggest score so far. I'm going to put these temporary scores online. I'll do the full table later on, okay? So I'm just doing that just now. Although everything's slowed down / stopped here on my supercomputer. Yeah, see you Wednesdays. See you then. Be cool. Right, everything's slowing down and stopping, so I'm just going to say cheerio. If you can hear me or see me now, then that's great. Thank you. Good night. Thanks for doing the quiz, and I'll see you later. I'm going to press the finish button to end this broadcast because it's kind of hanging up itself anyway. All right, good night.